So welcome to PowerShell for SQL Server day 1 class. So it is a continuation of the day 1 class. Day 1.1 and day 1.2 video is already released. I am going for this video day 1.3 and 4 we will see. Okay, so we are going to continue the class. So just I will checking few things. I have to take one demo class. Okay, we are going to discuss about not more in few theory. I told you like 2-3 days it will go for 1 or 2 class for the theory class. So little bit theory I am going to deal with this, not much more. After that I will come for the scripting part. So just this one. So if you are talking about how the PowerShell is working, um, so this is the architecture for the PowerShell. I'm not going for much more layer of that OS, because you already know that and you have already studied, like there is a multiple of layer is there. It is just for understanding purpose how the cell is working, how the PowerShell is working. For that only, just it is just class. So what will be happen? I have divided into the few layer. Like you can see here, it is a hardware. So hardware is the totally inner layer for the any operating system, right? All of the command are getting executed using this layer only. So whatever command we will pass, it is going to be performed into the hardware layer. After hardware layer, there is something called kernel layer. So what is the kernel layer? This is the very important layer, and you can say this is the heart of the operating system. So we can discuss this more. What is that? What is the kernel layer and all. So if any user, okay, if any user, how they will fire the command into the cell, what they will do, either they will go through the PowerShell. If they are writing anything, it is going to be executed, or they will go through the SQL server. From here also they are going to schedule the job, PowerShell job. They will run and they will perform some operation, or otherwise they will go for command prompt, and using command prompt they are typing something, or they will go through the batch file also, they can put and they can run. So there is a multiple of ways is there where user is going to perform the any task or any operation, or user will perform some individual command also. Okay, so like the, and there is a multiple of ways how they are going to do on this. So after so once the user will fire that command, so from there it will be fired. So it will be fired from the outer layer, either outer layer, it is any GUI or any user layer, you can tell that. After that, once user is firing that command will be what command? That command will be user understandable command. It is not machine will understood what is that command, because machine will understood only the only binary things. So what is going to happen once in PowerShell also, not in PowerShell, if you are talking about C, Turbo C, or if you are talking about some other languages, so anything you are going to push that any command, even in here also, if you want to know what is the battery time, just example. So here also some command you will type. So what is going to happen? That command will go to the cell. The cell is one of the layer. Okay, so once the user will fire the command, it will go to the cell layer. So you can say user will run the command onto the cell side, and what cell will do the work? Cell will work as a what? It will work as a interpreter. So what is the interpreter? Interpreter is nothing but it will translate this program to some machine languages. Okay, so after that there is one more layer I have written here, something called application layer or SCOM layer. So here what I want to tell you, if user is firing, this is just for understanding purpose. Don't think if this is the layer or somebody is asking, you can just sharing this is showing this kind of means. Here what I want to tell, either you fire anything, you run from the application side, either from SQL server side or exchange side or SCOM side, everything will be goes onto the cell, and cell will convert this language and it is given to the kernel. So come to the kernel, what is, or otherwise you are writing any individual command, so that also will be what is going to happen, it will go to the cell. So what command you are typing, everything it has to pass from the cell, and cell will convert this your command to machine languages, and it will be passed to the kernel. So what kernel will do, kernel is a most component for the for user. Okay, if the kernel will not available for the any operating system, so what will be happen? So user will not able to talk with the hardware, or you can see, you can tell any command will not going to be executed. So here what I want to tell you, cell is the very important, not cell, kernel is the very important here, where all command is going to work. So you can say kernel will work on the which one, in the binary languages. So whatever you are going to fire it, it is going to cell, cell is going to convert into the binary language, and it is given to the kernel, and kernel will understood the only binary language, and is going to perform some of the task. Okay, so what we can say, kernel is a component that work on the binary language. Anything we want to input to the kernel, we have to tell to the binary language, right? Kernel will not understood any without binary language. So we are giving the instruction into the kernel using the help of the cell, right? Correct. So we will use a cell for typing any command. Okay, till here no doubt. Okay, fine. So what, cell will convert what, it will convert the human language to binary language and give the instruction to the kernel. Kernel will follow up that instruction and giving to the hardware to check the detail. Just example, if you are finding any directory, or you are going to the date, what will be happen, it will go for checking the date, time. So it will go to the cosmos battery, there is something called CMOS battery. So using that battery is only eligible for the timing. If that battery will goes down, so it will not work, your timing will not work correctly, right? Because you are offing the full system, right? After that, something has to be there in your system. So that is called, the part is CMOS battery. So that is only going to work. So that whenever we are firing any date and timing, what is going to be happen, so that instruction is given back to the kernel. So you have fire for the date and time, what happened, it is going to the cell has converted into the binary which know the binaries, and it is given to the kernel knows like what I have to find out, I have to find out the CMOS batteries, from that I will get the information. It will go to the hardware, it will be go to the CMOS, and hardware will operate it. Okay, and it is going to be give this to the kernel back. Kernel, once it will be receives the information, it will be there the binary, right? Again it will go to the cell, it will convert the binary to human readable, and again you are able to see that all detail. So cell is very important layer in this any programming. So cell has to be there. So how, what we can say, how many cell type is available into your operating system? There is the multiple types of cell will be there, right? It is not like only one cell. Cell is, you don't tell cell means it is the power cell. Cell means not command prompt, don't think in that way. So every time whenever you are using some different programming, so that time different cell will be come into the picture. So there is something called batch cell. Okay, batch cell you can tell, or you can tell SH cell. There is something called batch cell, there is something called KSH cell, right? They like, just example, turbo C cell. Once you are doing any programming, C programming, so that time it will be go and it will go to the turbo C will be active. Okay, so like that, whatever you are going to fire, it is going to be perform the operation. So few more detail I will go. If somebody will ask, so what kernel is going to be managed, so you can say, you know that, so cell is just converting the data, it is giving to the kernel. So here kernel will also do the very important role. It is going to be work on the IO input output management, process management, device management, file management, memory management. This everything will be done by the kernel. Just guys, I will not take much more time. I will go to the practical class again. Okay, so so like that, it is going to be work into the cell environment. So you understood. If anybody will ask you how, if you are typing any command, how it is going to be operate, if you are running anything from the SQL server, how it is going to be operate, you are going to schedule any PowerShell script, how it is going to be execute. So you can tell it is how it is operating system, how it is going to be work. I have told very basics, not much more detail. There is the 11 layer or 12 layer is there. You can go to the Google and you can search, and then you can see where this will be come. Okay, so next things I'm going to explain you, I forget last time. If you are typing hyphen host, so this is the inbuilt one variable. So if I'm going to fire this, this is going to be display me the result about the PowerShell version and all, what is the name and what is the version. You can see I have 5.1, 5.1.1, some, so I can say 5 point version is there for me. Why I given is the very small command, just dollar $host. Same thing if I'm going to put my PowerShell for 9 or 7. I have just opened, this is the session. So if I will type here dollar $host, now you can see it is the 7.2. So latest version is also I have installed. So 7 only it will be come into the two part. Okay, so 7. So don't think like there will be multiple of pop-up board button will be going to be open. So it is not going to be happen like this. Only for 7 they have created some different environment. So you are able to see one more window I have. But if you have PowerShell version 1, and if you are writing PowerShell version 2, you can't open other one. Same window is going to be open. If you are going to here, if I type PowerShell, you can see PowerShell 7 is there and remaining two are PowerShell. So ISE means integration is scripting language, and there is command line PowerShell. So these two are the only, either you go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This only will window will be open, right? It is not like if you are installing 1, so 1 will come, 2 means 2 will come, 3, 3 will come. No, it is not going to happen. The same window will open till 5. So what's till version 5 or version 6, it will be same one window. Like that only it will open. 7 they have one more they have created. So you can see that 2, if you are installing 7, so one more PowerShell look will come into your computer, but till 1 to 5 it will be same only. But in PowerShell, if you are using PowerShell version 5, you can use PowerShell version 1 also. That one I am going to show you in the now or later class. So if some script you have developed or some script you have find out from Google, and it is why I'm saying now I am just explaining about the environment only. For learning, for before learning the program, understanding that environment is very very important. So if you got some script and that script will work for the PowerShell version 2, right? And you have installed PowerShell version 5. So whether that script will work or not, this script will work. There is something called some command where you have to type this command and you have to run that script. So what will happen? That script is going to be run into that environment. So you have seen that in the database also, you are setting the compatibility label, right? 2008, 2012. So you are going to upgrade even the old also. If some features you want, so you go and you can change it, right? So here also something you can do. There is one more command that is called $ps version table. this is also give the same result only, but in some different loop. So you can see the PS version, version, PowerShell edition. So like that also it is going to display. So there is two command which is going to be give that result. So again, one more you want, I can type $PS version table, and then I will give dot PS version. If I'm going to run, this is also going the command result into some different. So 5 indicating that it is a 5 version, and 1 means 5.1, like that. You will able to check that. Okay, one more command I will just show you. No, I think it will not give the result. No, I think okay, leave it. So if anybody will ask, you have the 3 command where you able to find out which is the version of the PowerShell. So you can go with the host, and or otherwise you can go with the $PR version and $PS version table. Directly you can run, or you can run with this. So what I will tell, basically these two command is only it is useful. So direct $host you can run. It's a very easy to remember. This one maybe you will able to forget $PS version table, but host always you will remember. So please remember this. If you have, if you, somebody will ask you interview, so this one you have to just tell. Okay, fine. I'm going to now work on the scripting part now. Okay, so I am just taking this script. What is this script is going to be do? This script is going and installing the 7-zip software in your system. That is one thing. Why I am explaining this script later, like now, in that if you are going to see, if somebody told you to go and take the SQL Server backup, right? So you can take the backup very easily using the SQL Server. Same work you can do from the PowerShell. But what we can do extra, if somebody is telling you, I want this database backup, and this backup has to be saved into the zip file. Just example, because backup file is coming into the 50 GB and you are zipping that file, the size is going to become very less, 20 GB, right? So this is very, very important. So your organization told, I don't want to go for your native backup into the SQL Server. Go and develop your PowerShell script, and that PowerShell script you can take the backup, and after taking the backup, it has to zip the file in your system, so I can manage some of the memory. Or otherwise you can take some more example. In such a way, you have lot of backup file, you want to zip every day. Before deleting, zip it, and after deleting, you zipping, you are telling that tape backup team to take the backup, right? In your organization also, once you are taking the backup, they are tape backup team or net backup team is taking the backup of those file, right or wrong? Correct, guys? You all are there? No?
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay, so this is happening in your organization, right? So you are taking the backup, and after that, net backup team is taking this backup into your tape, right?
Yes.
But yes, so but you want your organization, even backup team is also told, because of your database size is too huge and it is consuming more of the space, can you please decrease your size to 50 GB? So either this example. So I am telling you, once you understood this script, where you can use this. Third one, third one, like your error log file, right? Error log file is going very, very big. Sometime you will see, and you have to delete the error log file. So I can zip, I can make the 50% of the size. So it is just for if somebody told to zip the file. So zipping the file, there is two way. One way is that zip software has to be installed in your system. If zip software is installed, you can develop your programming. It is very, very simple. Or otherwise, what you can do, if the zip software is not installed in your system, so you will develop your script in such a way where it will be zip software, it will download or it will be installed. There is what way? Like if I'm telling you to go and install the SQL Server, so that SQL Server has to be there in your system software, right? And then only you will able to install the SQL Server. If I am telling to go and take the backup of any master database, so first that SQL Server has to be there in your system, right? Then only you can take the backup. So I can write one program in such a way, go and take the database backup of the SQL Server. One thing, if the SQL Server is not there, you know that SQL Server is not installed somewhere in some folder, it is software is installed. So you can write your programming in such a way. So go to this folder, install the SQL Server, take the backup. If that folder and that software file is also not there, so you can develop your programming in such a way, go to Google, download the file, save into the system. After that, after saving, go and install the software. After installing the software, take the backup, take the database backup. Why I'm saying you to this example? So there will be three teams, you already know. There will be one team that is called as your production team, right? No, your developer team. There is something called tester team. There is something called operation view operation team. So what is going to be happen if somebody developer is going to develop any script or any application, right? So many times what is going to happen to run that application, to run that script or run that whatever they have developed, it's required multiple of software has to be there in your system. If it is not there, maybe it will not work. So what is going to happen if developer has developed the script? What it is going to do? It is going to give this all script to the tester environment, test people, and test people if that kind of software is not installed, pre-request software, so that script will not work. So because of that, developer what they are doing, they are writing a code in such a way, if those kind of software is not installed, go and install that software and then you run this code, right? So if so, you can see many times they will go in such a way. So that thing only I am going to explain you here. This script is just for what it is. This script is just for installing the software. So why I have given this installing the software? So multiple of time, if this script you can use if somebody told to backup and zip the file. So above that zipping the file, before that only you can write, you can check whether 7-zip is installed or not. If it is not install, then zip it. So this is just for installation, right? Using this you can install 7-zip, you can install notepad plus plus. So that is, so you will understood if you know this. So any type of software if you want to install for 100 of server, you can do this. So this script is just for one server. I'm going with line by line, and then you have any doubt you can ask. Before that, what I am going to do, I will go to my control panel, I will delete my 7-zip software. So because I know that, because many class I am taking, somewhere it will be there 7-zip. It is the, yes, 7-zip is there. I am going to uninstall first, because if I will not uninstall, then how you will understood. So I have uninstalled the 7-zip software here. So this is what is this line. So just one more thing I will tell you. If you have to install any software, what process you are following? One process was, first you have to download software. This all thing we are going to do from the automation, means for using the script. So first way was, first line, what you are going to do, you are downloading the software. So in your system, once you are downloading the software, your system knows into the download file I have to go and I have to download there. So your system already understood, but you are writing into the script where it will download. For that you can decide the part or you can give the default part also, but it should be better you can decide where it has to go and where it has to download that. So path, because after that what is going to be happen, so path you have to decide, right? You have to make a path, which path the software you have to download, right? After downloading the software, what you are going to do, you are going to install the software, right? Once the installation will be completed, that file of the software, which will be very heavy, right? So you can see multiple times if somebody is putting any unwanted software, even the SQL server also, once you will install, people will tell please delete this software from that server, right? delete the delete the software. So I'm going very simple, very easy way. So if you are not understanding, you can ask anytime, you can interrupt me, you can ask me any question. So if I'm telling you to go and install any software, what process you are going to follow? You are going to follow the four process. You are going to install into the some path, download the software, download into the some path, after that installing it, and after that deleting that software, right? So this four thing only we are going to following here. So guys, you have to log in after 10 minutes, because it is 10 minutes you will be log off. So please log in again after 10 minutes. So what is going to be happen now? So what is this? This is the variable, and I will take little bit more class today. So this is the variable. What is the variable? What if you are anything, if you are writing dollar something, what is going to be happen? It is just a variable. If I will be typing here, if I am running it, and if I want to read this, what is there, if I will run only this much, so what it is inside that it is saved, it will be give the same result. See installer, it is saved into this. Why I am deciding, why I have created this variable? I have decided one path. I want my software, which one I am going to download or which one my script is going to download, it is going to download in this path. This script you can for use for SSMS also. You know that after 2012 SSMS is coming in the different software. You have to download the SSMS and then you have to install it from that. Before till 2012, when we are installing the SQL Server, automatically the SSMS was the part of the software, but it was not so. So if you have to install the SSMS for the multiple of server, you can use that. You can use this for SQL Server installation also, but there you have to use the configuration file, because there are multiple of parameter you have to select for the SQL Server installation, right? So ini file you have to use it, then you can run this script, but this script is not 100% usable for the SQL Server installation, because here you have to add one ini file also, because it having the all of the property which SQL Server instance and all everything. So leave it, that one we will discuss later. So this one I have decided one of the directory where my software has to be put. After that, what I have written? I have written the if else loop. So don't think I have started the programming. It is a simple if else loop. So if else loop means what? So what I am checking, if this is the command test path. Test path is also yesterday I have ran get command, right? Get command. So get command only, you can see I told you there is a multiple of hundreds of command is there. We are going to discuss all, not all, few command which is important into the script only. I'm not going to take a separate session for that. If you are pressing Control F, I am writing the test hyphen path. So if I'm running this, you can see why it is not came. Okay, I think somewhere. Okay, it came here. Test path. So you can see the test path is also one of the command which one we have find out. So that one test path I am going to use here. So test path is used for anything, any this one you can say any that path is available or not. So how I am going to test. So if you want to make very easy, so what I am going to do, I will remove this. I will just remove this also. For understanding purpose I am teaching you. I will remove this. So what happened now? It is a test path, and this variable means it is going to take from here. So C installer, if it is available, it is going to give the result into the true, or if it is not available, it will give the result into the false. So again, one question: what is the meaning of this container? So container meaning means, so you are telling the PowerShell, you go and search for what? Search for any path, not for any. Just example, if I will go to C installer, you told, if I'm going to C installer, and here I'm creating one file, just text, test, right? And what I'm going to give, if I'm going to give here test.txt, just example, and if I'm going to run this, right, this time it is going to become false. Why? Because container meaning means I am telling PowerShell, hey PowerShell, go and check for my directory. But here what happened? Test.txt, here I have decided for text to this one, this file. So this is not a directory, right? This is something called different. It is just a file. So I am telling PowerShell to go and search for directory, but I am giving the location for text file. So that's why it is giving the false. If I'm going to remove this and then I am typing, it is giving the true result. So just example, if Control Z, if I'm going to remove this, so if I'm going to give any here, so this time, if so any means, so anything whatever I am searching, which is this is available or not in the part, it is going to display. So this time it is giving the true result. What you understood? Test path is used for testing the path or testing any file if you want to know whether it is available or not. So that one I have written here. If test path is means, test path means this path is available or not. If it is available, what is going to do? It is going to write it. This path is already there. If that path is not available, if, and after that, if means if this path is not right, if it is not, condition is not satisfied, then it will go to the else path, right? So here what I am doing, I am testing the path. If that path is available, it is going to be displayed, this path is already available. If this path is not available, what is going to do? It is going to create that path. So how you can create the path into the PowerShell? This is the command that is called new item, right? So you can go into that. Yesterday I have gone through it, get command. So I will do it Control F, and I'm going get item. So if I'm going to search, so you can see there is the command new item. If you want, you can go with the get help with example, so you can get so whatever I think I am explaining you now. So all what you have to do, you have to type get hyphen help, you type this command, type hyphen examples, and you run this. So you will able to see the lot of detail and lot of command. So try to go through it. Once my class will be over and you have time, I have explained you our test path. What is test path? You run in this way: get help, test path, and example, and then you can see what are the example will come. Or otherwise you can go with test path directly. You go to the Google and just type it, and you will able to find out Microsoft document test path. And test path, you go, and here you can see the all syntax, and whatever example you are saying, read about the example and just go and execute the example and see what the result you are getting. So I am explaining here only one parameter, right? Any or something, but there is the many more is there. So it is, we don't, I don't have any time, that you can see the leave also it is there. So I don't have any that much time, so I can go with the all command. So it should be better, you also has to be go through it, you also has to be help. So what this command, what it will do till this much? Anybody can tell? Till here what I am checking? I am checking my path is available or not. If path is available, it is going to display me the region. If path is not available, it is going to be display this path is now, if path is already available, so it is giving that it is available. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this installer. So now I have deleted. After that, if I'm going to run, what it will do, it will be this if statement will be false. So it will not go inside this. It will be come to the else loop. What else loop will do? It will be create the directory. If I ran, so you can see this directory has been created. If I will go here, you can see just now it is created when I ran. So I have written my script. So this time what happened? I don't have to create any path. If you want, you can create the path and then you can give this location of the path. If you don't want to do, you can write into the script, go and script, you only go and create that script. Okay, next line, what is there? Next line is I am finding, what I am finding, where is my, from where I have to download the software, right? So if I will go to this path, this path is, this path will download the software. So if I'm going to click in OK, you can see 7-zip software has been downloaded, right? Down you can see. So this one is, this path I have declared, I have saved into this source. Some variable I have saved into there. Means this path is for what? For downloading the software. So what is the destination? Destination means make a directory. This destination also a path I have decided. What destination will having? It is the, this one means it's having this path